What's good, hoes? Okay, so I am ashamed to admit that you guys were fucking right. I know, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to fucking start this shit just because I have to admit that I was wrong again, and I'm a fucking bitch and I'm a narcissist. I'm like every bad name you could think of. So, like, having to admit that I was wrong is like the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing ever to me, bro. Like, you know, like, okay, you guys were totally right about my ex, you know, yes, he was planning something. And it gets me mad because I made him promise to not delete any comments, no matter how mean they were. Don't delete any comments on my fucking YouTube. And this motherfucker deleted a comment. I woke up one morning and I tried to click on a comment where some girl said, damn, he can't even look at the camera, he's plotting something, be safe. Right when I clicked that comment so I could explain to her why he wasn't looking at the camera and all this bullshit, the comment was gone. Who deleted it? You know the drill. He deletes everything, like every fucking thing you could think of. He deletes it because I don't know if he wants to remain this perfect guy or hates when people tell him the truth. Well, that is actually him. He hates when people tell him the truth. Like, he fucking hates it. So, yeah. So anyways, you guys are right. He's, I don't know what to talk about it right now because I'm so happy. Like, I'm in such a good mood right now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. So, I decided to talk about my history and why I'm such a fucked up person, okay? Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna get a lot of fucking hate for this shit. I know I am. But it's like, it's true, and I can't leave it, you know? Like, it's me, it's a part of me, and it's, like, you know? So, okay, basically, I had this thing, so, like, basically, when I date guys, they have to be my fucking bitch. They have to drop everything they've ever known. They have to drop everyone they've ever known. Their friends, their family, anything they have to leave behind because I want them to be 110% on me. It's crazy, and like literally I didn't even want my boyfriends to have jobs. Like, literally, I was like, sell drugs or some shit. And, like, fuck, I'll sell drugs with you. Like, you know? Like, I just don't ever want you to leave my sight. Like, that's how fucking bad it was, dude. Like, I'm the worst kind of person ever. And yes, I get it. I'm an insecure-ass bitch. I get called that all the time. I know I am. Like, I'll admit that, and I'll fucking get it tatted on my forehead. I'm an insecure-ass bitch. But then it's also mixed in with a little bit of narcissism. Is that really the right word to say? But like literally, I'm like a narcissist, but I'm insecure. It's so fucking weird. I can't explain it. Oh, and also I have so much mental disabilities. So yeah. So anyways, there's a little idea of why my relationships never fucking work, okay? So just hold on to that fact that I'm a fucking bitch. I have them leave their fucking family. They have to do everything I fucking say, and if they don't, then I absolutely just want no part of it. It's a fucking big thing for me, you know? It's crazy, but like that's, like I said, that's me, you know? I wish I could run away. Maybe one day I'll fucking grow the fuck up, because I do admit, like, I am a kid. Like, in my head, I'm a fucking kid, because probably from all the concussions I have, but in my head, I'm a kid, and I need to grow the fuck up, and I understand that, I just don't want to. So maybe one day I'll grow the fuck up, and I'll realize, you know what, that's not where the relationship is, if I don't die first. Like, hopefully I learned my lesson, but for now, I'm okay, I guess. So I can't really complain. Let me get started. With relationship 1, my first relationship, okay? I was 14. I just turned 14 like a few days ago, like a week ago, and he was 15, turning 16, I think. I don't fucking know. I think he was only a year older than me. And this motherfucker was a pretty boy. All the bitches wanted him, and when he told me that he liked me, I was like, there's no way. I went to a school that was for people who got kicked out of regular school. Like, literally, you had to, like, get kicked out of school to be here. there was kindergarten through 12th grade. There was only about 15 kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. My class, there was 3 people in 7th and 8th grade. So it was very interesting. And he ended up being at the school next door, which was a continuation high school, which was kind of like the same thing. If you got kicked out of high school, you got sent there. But my school was for elementary, middle, and high school. So anyways, so he was in the high school, and then he ended up getting kicked out of the high school the day after I met him, so he could go to the school I was going to for the bad kids. And he was in high school and I was in 8th grade. He was in 9th, I was in 8th. So I ended up ditching school and just saying, fuck this shit, I'm done. And that's when I dropped out of school. It was because I didn't want to see him. I was embarrassed. I didn't want him to see me in school, you know? And this is when my insecurities started growing, and I would not go out in the daylight. I hated being out in the day because I felt so fucking ugly and gross. So yeah, I wouldn't go out in the fucking day. So this fool, he was a fucking pretty boy. All the bitches wanted him. Blah, 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 blah. This relationship was so unserious. I remember when he asked me out, I didn't see him for 2 months just because I was nervous. I never had my fucking first kiss before. I never done anything. And this guy was a fucking... Okay. I never had my fucking first kiss or anything, and this motherfucker was a fucking player, dude. So it was like really weird. Anyways, he broke my fucking heart. And the way I lost my virginity, bitch, let me tell you, he told me, this was like 8 months after I started talking to him, he told me, either you're gonna give it up by Friday or it's over. My little 14-year-old ass didn't want to fucking lose my only relationship I have ever been in. So I gave it up, and then we broke up like 2 months later. So it was very interesting. Do you have something to say? Or are you just listening? No, stop. No, get away from me. Okay, so that's that. That was my first relationship. I hope I got that down kind of fast. Anyway, oh, and that motherfucker just hit me up on Facebook today. What are the fucking odds, bitch? Oh my god. I'm not happy. Do I look happy?
No.
Okay, that's fucking gross. Anyways.
That's how you're worried.
So, relationship number 1. Number 2. Oh, this is a good one, bitch. Okay, so I was 15. I was so sprung on my ex, dude. Like, this is literally like 4 months after me and him broke up. We broke up in December. This is like around my birthday. I just turned 15. And we broke up, and we've been broken up for like 4 months, but I was so sprung on him. So I met an 18-year-old guy, and this guy, we banged like the second day I known him. We were so dope until my sister's boyfriend decided to hit him up and say, oh, you like little girls, because this motherfucker was 18 and I was 15. And he had his own car. It was so dope. He was a drug dealer. It was the dopest thing ever. Yeah, I lost out on that relationship too because my sister's boyfriend. Anyways, it's still weird because he told me that when he was 15, he also was involved with the 18-year-old girl. And like, it was so weird because now he was 18, I was 15. It was like, and like, apparently she broke his heart and all this bullshit. And then he just went and did the same exact thing to me. So I was like, like, and that's when I started realizing that for some reason guys like to hold on to their first girl, like their first relationship. They will use that till the death of them. They will literally say like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't love because my first girl broke my heart. Like, literally every guy says that shit. It's a fucking pattern, and it's great. Like, how could you... Anyways, second relationship, bam. And then the third was my first... Oh my gosh, this is fucking wild. My third relationship was my first abusive relationship. Homeboy, this is where it gets juicy, okay? I was 15 years old with a 19-year-old. This motherfucker, yo, I spit, was super fucking immature for his fucking age. So immature. Me and him would smoke drugs. I'm not gonna say what kind of drugs, because I'm pretty sure you know by how fucked up I am now, but he used to do drugs that weren't weed, you know. Actually, they were pretty crystal-y, if you know what I'm saying. And Yeah, ew, the sunlight looks gross. It's 6 in the morning right now. So yeah, anyway, so we were doing those drugs, and then he soon became very abusive. And I remember the first time he ever put a hand on me, it was so weird to me because I've never been like, it was so weird, and I could feel it. Like now, like what was that? Ugh. I could close my eyes and I could feel it. Okay, basically, he was drunk. We walked home from his friend's house, which was like 2 houses down. We walked to his house, which is something we would do every day. We'll chill at his house like every night. I basically lived with him, you know? So we went back to his house, and I like to clean his room because he was fucking messy. So I was cleaning his room, and as I was cleaning his room, he was like, lay down. And he was all drunk, he could barely stand, you know? And I was like, no, you're gonna fall. I'm cleaning up. So I started cleaning up, you know? Again, like, ignored him. And then he goes in front of me, and I think I was putting something on his bookshelf. And I was standing in front of his bookshelf. And he goes in front of me, and he just pushes me onto the bed. And that's like the first time, like, that's, and it doesn't sound bad at all. Like, now I look at that, I'm like, that's it, that's all he did. But after that, I started getting my ass beat. So that escalated. It was so weird, and like, it was so weird that, like, to get my ass beat by the person who's supposed to love me, it was really weird. And I kind of like got like a high off it, I'm not gonna lie. And I was on drugs, and I couldn't leave him because he was the only person giving me these drugs. So I was stuck. Anyways, he ended up getting a new girl. I was cheating on him multiple times. He cheated on me. It was a big fucking mess. But we knew about that, but we were still together. It was a mess. It really was. I tried to control him. He was like the first guy to try to like control. You know, I made him delete his Instagram. Didn't let him have a phone. And it's weird because I didn't do all of this until after he started beating my ass. I was like, oh, I think this is how I became like that. Because after he started beating my ass, I was like, okay, you're gonna do something for me then. Like, if you're gonna fucking beat my ass, you can have fucking Instagram, and you have to be only mine. It was so gross, dude. It was a gross fucking relationship. I regret it. Anyways, he ended up beating my ass so bad. Was that a fart?
Huh?
Was that a fart?
No, it's spit.
Oh. He ended up beating my ass so bad.
You queefed.
Yeah, probably. He ended up beating my ass so fucking bad one day that the light was off in his room. And I don't think I was allowed to be there because this is when me and his family started fighting. Because we started fighting, like, I started fighting with them and the little sister and his mom. I hated his mom and his dad. I started stealing shit from him. It was to buy dope. It was wild. But one day I'm there, and it was dark, and he already beat my ass. It was nothing new.
He already beat it.
But he beat my ass. And then he starts hitting me. He's hit me with anything that was by him. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I was fucked up too. Like, I fucked up his TV and I cut the cord of his stereo. I was a bitch too, okay? So yeah, I got interrupted. Okay, so anyways, so then, okay, I kind of forgot where I left off. Okay, so basically, so when me and my third boyfriend left off, okay, I need to fucking think of names for these guys. I'll think about it later. And so me and this fool, he like basically beat my ass really bad to where he got like a butane can, started pounding me in the face with it. I was like, stop. He was like, nah. Kept going. And finally I was like, nah, for real, like, fucking stop. And because I felt something wet in my hand. I felt something wet and like warm and shit. I knew what it was. And he turns on the light. My shit was gushing out blood, bro, like dripping, like everywhere. It fucking squirted on the mirror. It was crazy, dude. And then he starts fucking crying because he's a pussy. This guy was the pussiest guy I have ever fucking. This guy was the most pussiest guy I ever dated. Him and some guy named Julian. I'll talk about him later. Oh, since I'm using real names, fuck it. This guy's name was Chris. What the fuck? The first guy was Louis, and the second guy was fucking Jesse, okay? I don't know why I'm not using names. It's not like you guys know me. So, Louis, Jesse, this is Chris, the fucking biggest pussy ever. And now that I look back at it, he's literally the ugliest guy I've ever dated, too. So I'm kind of pissed. Like, how can I make the ugliest guy? Anyways. Now that I think about it, it's actually really fucking weird. But like, while I was dating this guy, I was actually banging my first boyfriend, Louis. I was banging his brother. No, I wasn't banging his brother. Told my next guy. Okay, anyway, so I was banging Louis, and I was banging. Oh, I can't talk about that. Okay, so that happened. I cheated on him. He cheated on me. It was whatever. He ended up getting with the girl that I suspected him and cheating on me with. So that's a plus. I get 10 points for that. So yeah, and then right after him, like I'm talking like a week after me and him got together, me and him broke up, I got with Julian. This guy is the number 1 on my pussy list. Number 2 is Chris. Okay, so these two are the top fucking 2. Julian was a fucking douchebag. He was gross and he thought he was so fucking hot. He cheated on me all the time, but obviously I didn't want to admit it to myself. And this relationship lasted 4 months, 3 months, or maybe 4 or 5 months. But literally it felt like a month. It felt like 2 weeks. It felt so fast. And I hated every second of it, which sucked because my cousin lived a couple doors down from him. It was an apartment building. And I was babysitting for her at the moment. So I was literally living in this apartment building, going back and forth from her house to his house. Like, it was, and it sucked. Literally, I would go to her house with a black eye and be like, shh, don't say anything, you know? And then literally the third time I did this, like, it was like the third or fourth time, I went to her house in the middle of the night. She seen my big-ass black eye, and she went upstairs and she got my cousin, because this is my cousin's girlfriend, my cousin's wife. And she went upstairs and she got my cousin, and my cousin was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not, like, and my cousin's girl was like, I'm sorry, dude, this is the third, like, this isn't the first time, so, like, I'm gonna stop this shit if you're fucking not, you know? And I got mad that this guy would hit me, because this guy was, like I said, he was the biggest pussy ever. He didn't even look like the abusive type. Anyways, so yeah, he didn't look like the abusive type at all. Like, he looked like a pretty boy. It was gross. I don't know what I was thinking. Basically, I had to be in a relationship at all times. So right when me and Chris ended, I had to jump into a relationship ASAP. And this is the first guy I could think of, which is weird because I actually talked to him on Facebook for like 4 years before this happened. So I just like hit up anybody that was in my inbox and was just like, hey, remember you wanted to hang out years ago? Let's hang out. And then that's how this happened, you know? So I remember one time we were going up his stairs and he was in front of me and I was behind him. Yeah, he was in front of me and I was behind him. And I don't know I don't know if I said it or what, or he seen my phone or something before we went upstairs. I don't know, but I remember walking upstairs and I was like hella scared because I was like, huh, like, because he would say shit and it would like fucking scare me. And I was like, huh, because he mentioned something about my ex, because my ex hit me up and my ex said, hey, that's all. My ex Jesse, you know, he just said like, hey, or something. I don't know what the fuck. It was just like a quick hi. I didn't even reply, you know. I didn't even know he texted me. And next thing you know, I'm walking upstairs and he's walking in front of Julian's walking in front of me. And then I get knocked out, and I was like, when I came on that conscious, whatever, I was like, what the fuck was that? And I had the biggest bubble on my eyelid. I never had my eyelid bubble like that. It was the weirdest thing ever. And this is literally like a minute after he hit me, and it was a big ass bubble. And he's like, what the fuck is that, or some shit. And then, or who the fuck is, I don't know, dude, or I'm pretty sure I mentioned him before for him to know who he was, because I'm like that, and I need to stop doing that, and I am, I promise I am, one day. But like literally, and I was just like, I don't remember my expression, but it was so weird because I think about this and it hurts. But I'm too like embarrassed to like talk about it, because like it was really embarrassing. But me and him were laying down like minutes after this happened, 10-15 minutes after this shit happened. We're laying down in his bed, and I remember just I like couldn't get my thoughts straight, and I was just trying to like think about what just happened, you know? And then I tried to say something, and my voice was so cracked. Like, let's say I'm talking right now, I'm saying a sentence, I'm only saying certain words of the sentence, and my words are broken up. I couldn't talk. I couldn't like say anything. Literally, I was trying to talk, and it was like, it sounded exactly like that. And then I would talk. I'm gonna get emotional. I would talk. Oh my god, I want to get emotional. I'm not at home right now. Okay, so I would talk, and I would get mad because I couldn't talk, and I would start crying. And this only lasted like 10 minutes, but I was really scared, and I was embarrassed to say anything because I didn't want him to think that I was kidding, or, oh, I didn't hit you that hard, you know. Like, it was really fucking embarrassing to me, you know. Like, I felt embarrassed that this was happening to me, but I'll like try to say a word, I'll be like, and I'll just start crying, and then he'll be like, it's okay. He just thought that I was like upset that he hit me, you know. But reality, I was crying because I was scared, because my mom tells me these stories, like, ever since my first abusive relationship. My mom would tell me these stories about girls getting hit so hard that they turn fucking retarded. I'm not saying that in a mean way, but I'm saying mentally retarded after getting hit, or they can't walk because something happened in their brainstem, you know. So I remember just thinking in my head, like, how long is this gonna last? This needs to go away, because I could think fine and everything was fine, but I just totally went blind and I couldn't speak. And it's so weird because this happened to me again in my life, actually twice, but the other 2 times it happened, it literally had nothing to do with getting hit. Like, I was single for months at this point in my life, and I was like, why is this happening? This only happened that one time I got hit really hard in the head. Anyways, so yeah, that wasn't the only time he hit me, and just like my ex, that wasn't the only time he hit me. Like, I get abused daily, you know. So this guy, he abused me daily after this. That was just the first time he hit me hard. And then after that, it was bloody noses here, black eyes here, and then finally, like I said, 4 months later, 4 months after dating, that was it, you know. So that was Julian. After Julian, oh my gosh, okay, this guy's name is Alex. I met him when I had my apartment. I actually wanted his friend's friend. I didn't want him, but he was really cool at first, until I realized that he was a druggie and he had a lot of mental issues, and then started abusing me too. But this guy was the one guy who will do everything for me. I made him have no social media, which eventually causes them to make a social media behind your back. So that literally did nothing for me. But I ended up finding out that he had his completely hidden social media. But it was really interesting because it had me all over it. Like, his name was my name, mine and his name. All the pictures were me. Like, literally his cover photo. He talked about me a lot. So it was really weird. And like, everybody would tell me that he was like crazily obsessed with me, and I didn't see it. But yeah, like, we're still friends to this day, so it's whatever. But yeah, this guy was very abusive. He was in and out of jail. He didn't really have a homie, and we're actually homeless for a year. It sucks a lot. Like, me and him have fucking stories, but he's a really good friend as of today. He's great. Haven't been sexually involved with him or physically involved with him in over, when did we break up? 3 years, 2 years? I don't know, but that's the last time that me and him were involved with each other. So yes, we're friends, but never in that way, you know? Strongly against that, you know? But he's a really good friend. He gave me actually 3 concussions. I remember he beat my ass really, really bad in an abandoned apartment that me and him were sleeping in. So bad that I guess I was crying so hard. I don't remember any of this. Like, any of this I don't remember. I was crying so fucking hard that the neighbors called the cops. The cops came, and I ended up talking to one of my future guys' uncles. He lived there, and he was telling me that he seen me when the cops came and got me, and he said that I was crying for my dad, and that I was saying stuff that didn't make sense, and literally, this is the weirdest thing ever to me. This is why my brain is so fucked up, dude. Like, I'm telling you, talking about this is giving me the worst disassociation because I have derealization. So I'm getting like a really weird, like I feel like I'm floating right now. Not just because I haven't slept. It's like 7 o'clock and I'm tired. But no, like literally, I'm getting a really bad feeling about this. But anyways, so not only, okay, so basically, so when the cops came, apparently I was crying for my dad. But it's so weird because I don't remember anything after I got hit. Literally. Okay, so basically, I remember me and him fighting. I would bring up his exes. I would bring up anything just to start an argument because I hated the fact that I knew about his past. So, oh, and that's another thing. I can't know about my guys' past. I know. I'm a fucking mess, bro. I'm a mess. My bad. So I remember me and him were in the restroom and we were fighting. It was an empty house. There was nothing in their empty apartment. And this motherfucker hits me and he's hitting me nonstop. Fucking nonstop, dude. And I'm on the floor and there's like a certain like point where I'm like, okay, enough. Because I never really got there. Like usually they'll hit me a couple times and that was it. They were done. But at this point he kept going. And I was like, okay, stop. And I remember, I guess I still get emotional about this. This is so weird. I didn't think it affected me, to be honest, because we're still friends. So then he was hitting me, whatever, I guess. And I said, please stop. He wouldn't stop. Kept going. And then I just remember my head hitting the towel rack. And I remember being on the floor. I remember getting dragged by my legs out the bathroom by him. And I remember him hovering over my body saying, let's go, you need to run. And this is so weird because like I love the movie The Hunger Games, okay? I love Hunger Games. There's this scene where Katniss is like, I don't know, she got stung by these wasps or something. And PETA is in her face yelling, Katniss, let's go, Katniss. And she's so fucked up and she's just like, he's like, let's go. And they just show her hitting the floor. That scene is exactly what went down here, except I was already on the floor. And he was hovering over me and he's like, wake up, let's go, the cops are here. And I just remember, literally, I felt like I just took 3 Xans, like, I'm not even kidding. I just remember, like, swaying my head, and I just remember, like, trying to get up and just, like, blah. And then I just remember waking up in the hospital. And I don't remember the hospital ride. I don't remember crying for my dad. I don't remember the cops coming, strapping me in the gurney, putting me in the ambulance. I don't remember any of this stuff. But apparently, I was awake. Like, literally, I heard that when the cops found me, I was unconscious. And then I heard stories that I was crying for my dad. Literally, like, I don't remember a fucking thing. I remember waking up in the hospital and they told me to take off my sweats. I had a hospital gown already on. They said take off your sweats. And then there was a photographer taking pictures of my legs because all my legs are bruised. It looked like I got raped. They were asking me if I got raped. I said no, dude. Like, I was with my boyfriend and now I'm here. I don't know what's going on. And I had a concussion. It was really bad. I ended up going home that same day. But literally, they didn't call my mom. They didn't let anybody know. I just got a taxi ride one day at home and said, hey, Alma, like, I know you haven't seen me in days. But I was at the hospital, just got there today, you know. But, like, I would leave for weeks at a time, and my mom would kick me out. I was homeless, like I said. It was a mess. So that relationship was really weird, but like I said, we're friends. We're friends now. Understand that. It's really weird. But yeah, we're really good friends. And then after him, oh my gosh, I was single for almost a year. No. This is so fucking weird. Yeah, after him, I was single for almost the whole last fucking year. I got a job. I did so fucking good without him. And then he tried to come back into my life like months later. And I was like, ew, don't touch him, please. Like, I was grossed out by him. And he was like weirdly obsessed. And like, it was so weird. But no, I adore him, but no. So yeah, I was single for almost a year. And then I met YB. Oh, God. Okay. Ow. Another abusive one. I don't know how it happened. He wasn't like that. Again, I would bring up my exes. I made him delete everything. He still hates me for that. Yeah, just turned abusive. He broke my nose 2 weeks after I got a nose job. So with each boyfriend, I'm telling one story that like really like stuck out to me, you know? So if you notice that, yeah. So, like I said, abuse daily, weekly, whatever. But yeah, I'm just telling one story of the traumatic relationships I went through. So this one would have to be when I got my nose broken. And he showed up at my house one day. He had a bag. I was like, oh cool, you brought food. Yeah, I'm a fucking loser. I thought he brought food to chill with me. No, he brought a fucking bag of my stuff. He's like, where's my stuff at? I was like, I don't know, I didn't even know you were coming. He goes and he looks in my underwear drawer and he's like, where the fuck are all my boxers? I said, I don't know. I think they were washing. And he locks my door. Right when he locked my door, I knew what was coming to me, but I was just too scared to admit it, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking ask you again. Where are my boxers? And he's like a foot away from me at this point. He walked all the way from the door up to me. I said, I don't know. That's all I remember. Bam, bam, bam. Usually my family tried to stay out of it because he would beat my ass a lot, to the point where I'll like lightly cry or try to cry lightly, because if my mom heard me crying or heard him beating my ass, she would kick us out and she'll call the cops and all this bullshit. So I would try to cry really lightly, you know? There's been a couple times where I actually had to leave the house, me and him, because my mom heard us fighting, you know? So this one was really sucky, and like I just remember getting hit and I don't know what happened after that. So I guess I screamed or I cried really loud or something, because within seconds, I guess, I don't really remember how long it was, but this is what I was told, within like 30 seconds of them hearing my screams, my sister said that she told her boyfriend, okay, no, this is more than usual, like, you need to go get her. And when I came back conscious, someone was breaking my door down, and it was my sister's boyfriend. And honestly, I truly believe he saved my life that day, because my ex, YB, the one I'm talking about, after I got my nose job, I was like, I understand that you hate me for getting a nose job, even though it was medical. I had a deviated septum. I said, I know you hate me for getting this nose job, but when you hit me, because I know you're not going to stop, when you hit me, could you not hit me in my face? You know, hit my body, hit my head, just don't hit me in the face. Or no, I didn't even say hit my head, I just said don't hit me in the face, you know? Literally days after, I remember I still had the cast on. You had the cast on for 2 weeks, but I took mine off like a week later, because we went to Pismo and all this bullshit together. But no, so days later, I remember he hit me in my head multiple times, just like boom, 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 to fly on my head. And I remember just laying down and crying and just thinking, like, if me getting a medical procedure, surgery in the hospital and shit isn't gonna stop this man from hitting me, what makes me think he's ever gonna stop? So that really opened my eyes. Of course, I went to go fight in court. Please don't fucking lock up my man. Yep, they let him out. But the second time he got locked up, I didn't fight for shit. I said, cool, like, I'm done. They kept him for 6 months. This is when I met my last boyfriend. I don't even want to say his name because it's so fresh. This is when I met him, like a month later. This motherfucker told me that he was single. Or no, he never even asked this question. He was just very interested in me. He told me he was 18. He was actually 17, which sucks because I was 20. But no. And then we ended up chilling. We chilled on the 5th of November. And then the first day we chilled, he asked me if I can cut my name into his skin, which is something I do to everyone. It was nothing. I cut my name in him. Oh, how cute. And then I found out he was 18. 17, I mean. Anyways, so yeah, 5 days after we date, I'm hanging out with my friend and her friends. I don't know these people. These are her friends. As soon as I get in the car, it's me, my friend, and her friends in the back seat. And they're like, oh my god, we love you. We have you on Instagram. Like, we love you. Oh my god. Like, you're so dope. This and that. I'm like, thank you. Like, it's finally nice to meet you guys. And then, so, literally, as my homegirl, because she picked me up, as she's leaving the driveway of my house, she's like, I'm with the white boy now. And I'm like, oh my god, me too. Crickets. Okay. Like, they're like, we know. I was like, huh? And they're like, we know you're white boy. I was like, oh my gosh. And like literally I've known him for 5 days, but we've been together like day and night since these 5 days. So I was like, when am I gonna find out? You know, like I was pretty sad. And they were like, have you heard of Believe? And they said a name, but this name didn't sound like a name. And I was like, what's that? And one of the girls laughs and she's like, I love this chick. And they're like, you don't know about Believe? And I was like, no, what the fuck is that? And they were like, it's the girlfriend that he had before you, that he left her for you or some shit like that. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, just one day he posted a picture of you and him on Instagram and that was him breaking up with his other girl. When I heard this, I was so hurt because I thought this boy was the most perfect boy to ever enter my life. So I was really hurt. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, can I ask you something? You know? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's your, when was your last relationship? And this is November, which means his last relationship ended. If me and him were together for 5 days, his last relationship ended 5 days ago, you know? This motherfucker says March. I was like, really? Then who the fuck is this? And then he was like, oh my god, whatever you're hearing, because he knew that I was going with my friend, but he didn't know who she was with. And he was like, and whatever the fuck, whoever the fuck is telling you this shit, don't believe it, please. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I said, no. So who the fuck is this girl that everyone's telling me? Like, why the fuck would you do that? Why didn't you tell me? Like, you're gonna do this to me? Like, you know? And I said, I'm with these people. And he's like, no, anything you say, whatever. Anyways, so for the next hour, I was talking to his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. I was talking to her. I was talking to these girls. I was talking to all these fucking people and shit, trying to get information on him. I had to go hide in that closet because all his friends came. This guy. My homegirl's son. He's a 20-year-old man. My homegirl's 45. He came with all his friends, so I had to hide in the closet. Anyways, okay. He might come back down right now, so I'm stopped again and then keep recording. Anyways, it's now like 9 in the morning, so I like this lighting a lot. Anyways, so after I found that out, whatever, we get to my homegirl's house and we spend the next hour talking to his ex-girlfriend. I'm trying to get information on him, trying to find out what he's about. Anyways, and I tell him, he's like, after hours of arguing, like an hour or two, he was like, just let me know everything's gonna be okay. I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to you when I get home. And he's like, no, let me know everything's gonna be okay, please. I'm like, I can't. I'll call you when I get home, you know? Anyways, so literally, we go outside, we're smoking, me and the girls and shit, you know? I come back inside with my friend because she was chilling inside because she's sober. And me and her were chilling. Literally, I wasn't even chilling with her alone for 5 minutes when the 3 girls that knew my ex come busting through the door like he tried to kill himself. And I was like, what? and they're like, his ex has him on Snapchat, and he slit his wrist. He tried to kill himself, like he's bleeding, whatever. And then the ex I keep wanting to call her his girlfriend. She called us and she was crying, saying, he said it's all my fault that he's dying because I ruined his relationship with you. I was like, bro, he's only known me for 5 days. What is he doing? You know, like, it was really weird, you know? So I felt like I had to be with him. And then, like, that whole night, I was just worrying about him. I called his friend. His friend cussed me out, like, fuck you, man. He wasn't like this before you fucking emo bitch, you know? I was like, dude, do you know what happened? I found out about bleep. And he was like, oh, because he knew about her. Like, what the fuck? So he was just like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, so it got really awkward. But no, so I ended up chilling with him that night. They let him out from the mental hospital the next day, so I chill with him the next day, that night. And he's like, I want to see you. I hope you're not mad at me. I was like, no, you're just stupid for that. But sure, let's hang out. And I told him, I think we should chill as friends until we figure out, you know, this relationship, you know? And then he just starts crying, saying, right when I leave, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself right when I leave. And, like, you know, he held that against me for so long. Me and him were good. We were on and off. And as soon as, like, this is, like, November, the first week of November. And as soon as January hit, shit just started happening, you know? Instead of him loving me unconditionally and, like, you know, like, he was leaving me every week. And he just slowly couldn't be with me. And, like, it was just weird because it went from him writing his notebook how much he loved me, keeping everything of me, like, you know, and, like, loving me so unconditionally to just leaving me. So I was like, what the fuck is this? And literally these last, like, few months have been the worst few months of my life. He didn't even do anything for me on my fucking birthday. And, like, it really hurts because he left me 2 days after my birthday. He left me before and after Valentine's Day. I think we spent Valentine's Day mad at each other, literally, because I think he just got back at my house, like, the day before Valentine's Day after it was so weird, you know? It was just, like I said, and, like, literally, if I go home right now and open his notebook, he was just writing it a couple of days ago. If I open it, all it's gonna say is how I didn't love him. Like, that's all he wrote about. And nothing I say can make him believe that I did. Like, anything I say, he's never gonna believe that. So it's just, I'm actually done. Anyways, I say that every fucking time we break up, so I don't know how accurate this is. But no, anyways, it's morning time. Everybody's starting to wake up. I think I should get some sleep, or I might stay up like a crackhead. But no, yeah, so like I said, like, those are my relationships, and that's why I'm so fucked up, and that's why I'm gonna stay like this, I guess. I don't know what to say, you know? That's my life. That's my relationship shit. I don't know what to say. I guess that's why I'm fucked up. Literally, that's all I could say. Like, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna try to think of stuff to do. I want to go get more piercings and tattoos, and maybe I'll vlog that. I don't know. I'm in a hole right now. I gotta get a job because I gotta pay my bill because he's gone, so I guess he's not helping me anymore. I guess so.